This is video of the dignified transfer of the 6 servicemen who lost their lives as a result of the action in Iran. And of course, the president is supposed to be there for that. Donald Trump was there. You notice anything about that? About footage of Donald Trump there? How about now? Anything stand out about him here? Here, let me go even closer. Anything at all of note as Donald Trump is there to show respect to these fallen soldiers? In case you still need help, he wore a fucking hat. He wore a fucking baseball cap. In fact, he wore his merch. That's the respect he has for soldiers who died over his bullshit. To wear a fucking baseball cap. Also, not for nothing, this is White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, who decided to wear a white fucking coat, which is also not considered respectful. And nobody on the right seems to have shit to say about this. Which is odd, because Colin Kaepernick, a not elected official, knelt for the national anthem, and you all lost your goddamn minds. You all said, this is so disrespectful to veterans, despite the fact that originally he sat for the national anthem, and then people were like, that's disrespectful to veterans. So he sought out veterans to ask them, including Nate Boyer here, who is the one who told him, if you want to show respect to the fallen soldiers, please kneel instead of sitting. That way you're still accomplishing what you need to accomplish, but you are showing respect specifically to the veterans. And still y'all lost your minds. But this shit, crickets. Barack Obama wore a tan suit, and Fox News dedicated like 2 weeks of coverage to how disgusting and disrespectful that was. And how did Fox News handle this situation with the hat? They literally used old footage from a different dignified transfer where he didn't have a hat on because they didn't want to deal with it, because they didn't want to acknowledge it and call it out. The cliff notes here is y'all don't give a fuck about veterans. You don't care about respect and dignity. You're too busy worshiping this guy.
The president said that he knew what he signed up for, but it hurts anyways.
Dating is like being in Vietnam. You're the equivalent of a soldier going over to Vietnam. And if you have any guilt about not having gone to Vietnam, right, we have our own Vietnam. It's called the dating game.
Did you say that more people were killed by women in this act than killed in Vietnam?
Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
And you get criticized for that statement, but that statement is very easy.
I even went as far to say that you're braver than any Vietnam vet because you're out there screwing a lot of women.
Dangerous to women than women are to men.
Oh, come on.
Congressional Medal of Honor in actuality.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's
in
a
the
war
POW
hero because he
camp.
was captured. I like people that weren't captured.
He couldn't remember my husband's name. The only way he remembered my husband's name because he told me he had my husband report in front of him. And that's when he actually said, La David.
You know, something very nice just happened to me. A man came up to me and he handed me his Purple Heart. And I said, man, that's like big stuff. I always wanted to get the Purple Heart. This was much easier.
All right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, on whom I learn from daily. All right? Healthy shalom to the elect out there, man. All right? Because that's what it's all about anyway. But I just wanted to bring this up. It's something that popped up on my feed, something that I noticed. You look, Babylon is a fucking joke, man. Okay? And please excuse me, a effing joke. I'll say it like that, effing joke. I need to work on that. Slovakia. Dumbass. I got to work on my language. But anyway, Babylon is an effing joke, man. It's complete, utter, and disrespect what you just saw right there. What you had was Trump, or AKA Nero 47, with a hat on. With a hat on, okay? Let me put on my birds. Because it calms me down, all right? But let's be honest. Let's keep it 100%. You know, as of right now, we really ain't got no dog in this fight. You know, even the 2/3, and what you saw, you know, that lady, that Southern Kingdom lady's husband, you know, that had, you know, that was gone. You know, he's in the spirit world. You know, as the scripture said, he's in the spirit world. You know, he died in war, in battle. You know, defending Babylon. You know, even with that, we don't have really no dog in the fight when it comes to things like that. But that's ultimately disrespectful. Now, this guy, Nero 47, a.k.a. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, Babylon, is completely and utterly disrespectful, and it's right in front of everybody's face. Yeah, he'll tell you something and do the opposite. He's completely destroying America. Hey, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So I typed this in right here. You know, I'm going to filter this through a couple of scriptures and, you know, try to make it, just quick, straight, and to the point, man. Look, listen, again, we really ain't got no dog in this fight, and I don't give a shit what he does. It's because it's all prophecy anyway. Remember, the scripture said the Lord is in the mind of the kings, but that was utterly disrespectful, and that's gonna cause, you know, a rise out of a whole lot of people, because that is ultimately disrespectful. That's totally disrespectful for somebody to show up, especially the president of the United States, to show up at what they call a dignified transfer. We'll look that up. All right, a dignified transfer with a fucking hat on, man. You know, hey, that's why I pulled this up right here. There's a term in the world that's called hats off to you, right? Hats off to you. So it's just, even in the scripture, it tells you a man shall not cover the crown of his head. You know, hey, that's why we call them the small hatters. They're clean contrary. Anyway, let's get this definition right quick. Hats off to you. It's a phrase used to give praise or credit. All right. So a dignified transfer, you know, meaning, you know, the soldiers, whether it be male or female or whatever, gave their damn life for a country. In this instance, for a foreign country. Make that make sense. It's the truth, though. It's coming all out. Hats off to you phrase. It's used to give praise or credit. Hats off to the team for a hard-fought game. So we all know what it means. You know, we've all heard that before. You know, hats off to you. This is clearly that cruel Lord that is written about in the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter. Okay? Just like the king, hey, Sirach, let's read that first. Matter of fact, Salakia. Let's go here. There's a couple things I wanted to pull up. Yeah, military dignified transfer. I got the definition of it. A dignified transfer is a solemn, look that word up. Hey, you got to look words up, man. You have to. It's one of those things that you must do, okay? Especially when it comes to the scriptures. Look up these meaning in root words, man. A dignified transfer is a solemn military procedure that honors fallen service members, all right? And you also had that Edomite devil woman, Shedamite, you know, in the background wearing white. Now, usually you don't, hey, look, when they go before the Pope, they all wearing black. You see that? Man, you don't wear white to a damn funeral. I'm just saying, man, you know, it's not a part of our customs to really be going to funerals like that, because I ain't with it. I'm not really, you know, I don't like that shit. But that shit is disrespectful, man. I'm just saying. I can't say it enough. I mean, if these people in the world, that should piss off you Babylonians to no end. I'm just saying. Anyway, it involves the respectful return of their remains from battlefield or foreign locations back to the United States, man. And again, hey, Salakia, I don't know if this phone slowed my voice down again. Who knows? Sometimes it'll do it at 3 minutes. Sometimes it'll do it at 5 minutes. Whatever. But I'm going to continue reading this, because that right there, man, that's, you know, I may do the damn MAGA, which that goes into enchantments and witchcraft anyway. A MAGA hat, you know, for a damn thumbnail. It's fitting. Or maybe just that USA. Maybe that hat for the thumbnail. And that was, by the way, I think and believe that was the same damn hat, the same merchandise, you know, because he's a grifter. Right, flim flam man, right? It was the same hat he was wearing when he declared war on Iran in the first place. I'm just saying. Let me continue reading. This is crazy, man. And we'll grab a couple scriptures. I said I was going to try to make this quick. All right. This process includes a ceremonial transfer where the remains are transported with care and respect. Did you hear that? With care and respect. But he couldn't remove his freaking hat. He's the one that claims he got good hair. Ain't nothing but a comb over, or damn, what do you call them, plugs. You know, he's an old man, whatever. You know, I ain't making fun of the dude's hair, but fuck Donald Trump, man. Excuse my language. I don't give a shit about Nero. I'm glad he's the president. I'm glad he's pulling strings. I'm glad he's, going in. I'm glad Yahweh Shem Yahushai is causing him to do all these dumbass moves. I'm glad. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. Anyway, with care and respect, often draped in an American flag, which is an oppressive flag to the Israelites. I'm just saying. And it's typically conducted by military personnel for the deceased branch of service. Okay? So, yeah, that right there was ultimate disrespect, man. I'm going to see if I can pull him up with that hat on, with that white hat. We'll just do it like it. That's not it. No, this is MAGA bullshit. Bull crap. Let's see. Let's go with USA Trump. USA hat. It's probably going to pull up his damn merchandise. Hey, and that's another. He just breaks the law. That's another thing. I think there's some kind of clause that said the president ain't supposed to make no other money than what he gets paid by being the president. But there it is right there. That shit did. Donald Trump appears to be selling dignified transfer hats as they aren't cheap. Damn. That is cruel as AF. Man, that's some cruel shit, man. That's some cruel and disrespectful shit. Straight up. That's disrespectful, man. Isaiah the 19th chapter, verse 4 reads, let's go to it. Let's get it in the NIV. See what it says. It's sort of impromptu here. NIV, yeah. Look. What does it say? I will hand the Egyptians over to the power of a cruel master. And a fierce king will rule over them, declare the Lord Almighty. Did you hear that? All right, let's get in a different one. What's the NOG? Let's see what happens. I will hand the Egyptians over. It's the same. It says the same thing right there. I may need to search it out. Yeah, it does say something different. I will hand over the Egyptians to a harsh master. A strong king will rule them. All right? Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, there you have it, man. All right? I didn't want to go too much longer, but there's a couple other things I want to pull up. Book of Sirach, 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered, man. And this shit, look, it's a chaos. It's a chaotic. The way the war was rolled out, the way it was executed is complete and utter chaos, man. Now he talking about putting ships in the Strait of Hormuz, all right, that's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. That's going to be a disaster. You see, is wisdom no more in Taman? All right, is the wiser how to go? Damn, is his wisdom vanished? You see what I'm saying? You see what the scriptures is going into? Esau, this left-hand side angel, the left-hand side magic is not working no more, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai don't put a lying spirit in their mouth. They got to stand now with them enchantments in the book of Isaiah 47th chapter. They got to stand with that shit. Sirach 10 and verse 2 reads, as the judge of the people is himself, so are the officers. Ooh. All right. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. All right. But look, hey, this time is a little bit different. It's the truth, though. You know, because, hey, it's basically 50-50. You got Egyptian against Egyptian. You know, you got these people out here that rock with Nero no matter what. You know, that lean with it and rock with it, right? They lean and they rock with Nero. And hey, I know some of them people, man. All right, they don't don't care. As a matter of fact, I done talked to two what do you call them, MAGA people, and I mean, just, you know, probing a little bit, asking questions. Hey, and I went into what do y'all think about Trump? He's doing a good job. The gas was down. The gasoline was down, and then I asked them, you know, one of the main magic questions, and they both gave me the same answer, just complete and utter madness. I asked them the question, well, what about them JE files? Everybody know what the hell that is. You know what both of them said to me, and this was at different moments in time, right? One said this. He said, I don't know. I haven't looked into those files. How the hell you don't know about that? You know? And I believe he's a pedo himself anyway. I'm just saying, weirdo. Okay? Another guy, I asked him the same question, and basically he gave me the same answer. I haven't looked into it. Meaning they rock with Nero no matter what, man. And I bet you both of them are some fucking weirdos. Salaki for the language, man. I'm sorry. Salaki for that. Okay? So I was going to go into that wicked ass Jason and the hat wearing and all that, but I don't think there's really a need to. Book of Psalms 31 verse 14, but I trusted in thee, O Yahweh. I said, thou art my power. You see that? Yeah, I wanted to, dignified transfer. Yeah, I read that, you know? All right, let's move on. Verse 15. 15 reads, my times are in thine hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from them that persecute me. Make thy face to shine. Hey, and that's what people see in the men of the Lord. You know, that's what people see, that your face shines when you walk, man. It's a whole different atmosphere when you walk into. It's different, man. It's different, and people see it. And the widows damn sure see it. I can tell you that right now. You brothers know. You know what I'm talking about. All right? Yeah, you know what I'm going into. That reminded me of that video that Apostle Tahard put up. I guess it was about 3 or 4 days ago. May have been longer, I don't know. You know, about that lady. She was saying, I don't know. It's something about, you know, she said black people, right? Because she don't know no better. A lot of people, hell, our people don't know no better. Screw black people. I don't like black people. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what the hell I'm talking about. All right? Anyway, I know that sounds crazy. To you newcomers, let me explain myself. Let me explain myself. Nobody's black. Nobody's white. It's all made up, man. All right? When I'm talking about black people, I'm talking about Pookie, Ray. You understand? What's her name? Keisha and Kim. That's who I'm talking about. Can't nobody, hell, don't nobody like YNs and old N's and ONs. Don't nobody like them. Okay? And that's that. Anyhow, make our face shine, man. Make thy face shine upon thy servant. All right? Save me for thy mercy's sake, man. Let me be, read it right, damn. Salakia. Let me not be ashamed, O Yahweh, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed. You see that? Wearing that hat, that's shameful. That is a shameful thing, you know, and disrespectful. All right, and let them be silent in the grave. And that's you know, that's that. I'll leave it right there. And so just going back, you know, seeing this photo, see that right there? And he don't give a damn. Look, Nero don't care, y'all. We try to tell you Babylonians and you two turds out there. This dude don't give a shit about you. He don't care. Okay? He don't care. As long as he lining his pockets and, you know, talking about how was my performance? My performance. He don't give a shit. You heard it, all the disrespect to the veterans and all that. Bone spurs. Man, this place is through. Give it all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.